everyone, Arlene here. Welcome back to my Country Craft Corner. How are you guys doing today? So good to see you back here one more time this week. Well, for those of you who saw my haul from yesterday will know probably what I'm going to be doing today. And that is, I'm going to be making a Deco mesh wreath, a very whimsical Deco mesh wreath. And I'm centering the whole wreath around this fella. Right, so I just want to go ahead and tell you the parts and pieces that I'm going to be using for this whimsical Deco mesh wreath. First thing, I'm going to be using a work wreath with silver. I wish I had one with gold, but I don't. I didn't buy enough ones with gold after Christmas, with gold chenille ties, but this one has silver, so that'll be all right. And I'm probably not going to be worried about trimming them off or anything if they shine through a little bit. As you can see, I got this right after Christmas, and then it was $6.99, but I got it for like 80 or 90% off. So next thing is that roll of Deco mesh that I got from craftoutlet.com in this pretty coral color, and you can kind of see the gold flecks running through it. But it's 21 inches by 10 yards. And then the only other thing I'm going to put on this wreath are ribbons. Lots and lots of different colored ribbon. And I'm going to cut them all at about 8 to 10 inch lengths and chevron the ends of them. And I'm going to pile them probably in tubs of 3 or 4. Not sure yet. I'll see that when I go to do it. And place them in all of the chenille ties all the way around the wreath. So, and then I will place Mr. Bugaboo on, whatever he is. And that will be it. So I'm not even going to glue any like pipe cleaners to the back of him. I can just use his metal handle here just to tie him in, and he should stay put pretty well. So, all right, so let's get started. I'm going to turn this phone around here and get started. By the way, for those of you who saw this haul that I got from Charming Charlie's, this butterfly, it's so pretty, but you know what, you guys? It's made for a girl with a neck of about 10 inches around. No kidding. I'm sure it's supposed to be a choker. I don't like that because see my double chin? Yeah. So I like it to hang a little bit. So I had to put a little extender on it. But with my hair down, I think it looks pretty. I really am happy with it. So I did want to point that out to you guys. All right, now let's get started on this wreath. Shouldn't take me too long, I hope, fingers crossed. So I'll be right back when I get the phone turned around and pointed down. Okie dokie, I'm back and I'm ready to get started. I've taken a minute to kind of put all of these chenille ties up in the air a little bit. Makes it a little easier to find them and, you know, make sure that they're not intertwined with one another or anything. So ready with my Deco mesh here. Somebody had mentioned to me that this does tend to really stick to things and ravel a little bit. I can already see that with this. So we're going to see how this goes. I'm not sure. Well, hopefully it will go okay. So as I do all the time, see I'm having to unstick it, is I let it drop to the floor and I gather the end together. Anyway, here I go. Start on the outer ring, tuck it together, nestle it down in that first chenille tie wherever you deem the first one is, and give it a couple twists. Go ahead and tuck that end piece back behind. Boy, oh boy, this stuff really is kind of ravelly or unraveling on me. Let's see how this goes, you guys. Hopefully I can muscle us through this. All right, I go in here. I'm going to make my second loop now. I always make my loops around 10 to 12 inches long. I do not measure, but that's about how long I make them, and then I back them up and stick them in the chenille tie. And on I go. And I am going to speed this up. Once I get a few more in, or a couple more in, 12 inches, back it up, snug it down in there so that you guys don't have to sit here and watch me struggle with this, because it is difficult to work with, I'm not going to lie. So, here we go. On around. Sticks to itself really pretty badly. 12 inches, and this is not the same Deco mesh that I always buy like from Hobby Lobby or in my stores. I bought this online, and I didn't pay too much for it. Hopefully I'm not paying the price for that once it's all said and done here. It's going to be pretty. I think it's going to be really pretty, but it just might be not fun to muscle it around here. Anyway, all right, I'm going to speed up now, and I'll be back in just a few minutes when I'm going to go ahead. Wait a minute, I'll stop over here so you guys can see how I transfer over. So I will stop over there. All right, I'll be right back. You know what, you guys, I'm coming into the end here, and this, if you ever run into this chenille tie is really, really close to where I'm coming into next. So I'll tell you what, I'm just going to cut this one off because I'm not going to need it. So I'm just going to cut it right off of there. Maybe. And move right on by it, because I just don't want I don't want my loops to be that close together. So there we go. All right, here I have one more loop to go. And then I'm coming in to where I started. And I am just simply going to piggyback, do one more loop just like I've done all the way around, and I'm simply going to piggyback down into the very first chenille tie that I started with. There we go. So that does the whole outer ring once. Now I'm going to transfer over to the inner ring, and that's very simply done, no cutting. You just go to make your next loop as if you were going to go to the next available chenille tie on the outer ring, but instead, you can see here, there's the next one on the inner ring, and here's the next one on the outer ring. So instead of going to that one, I'm going to just take it over and snug it down into the inner ring's chenille tie. There we go. And now I'm just going to work my way around the inner ring in the same way as I did the outer ring. And I'll be back when I get back around. And then we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to go around 3 times with this Deco mesh. But I'll show you how I'm going to do it on the 3rd row. So I'll be back. Alrighty, here I come in to the last chenille tie, or the very first one on the inner ring where I started. And I'm going to piggyback it right in there on top of where I started. And now I'm going, and that is on the inner ring obviously. And now I'm going to go around one more time around the whole wreath, but I'm going to alternate between the inner ring and the outer ring. So now I'm going to go ahead and move to the outer ring, and then I'll go back into the inner ring, outer ring, inner ring, outer ring, all the way around. So I'll be back when I'm finished that. I'm coming back into the very last loop. Come all the way over here and snug it down. And that will be that. All right, then you trim it off between the rings. You snug that piece right down between the rings. And that gives you a nice full Deco mesh wreath. It's pretty. And I don't have too much left at all. In fact, I will probably not even keep this. It wasn't too bad to work with, honestly. Once I got started with it, it stopped attacking me after the first couple of chenille ties. It quit sticking to my clothes for some reason, whatever. I was grateful. All right, next thing I'm going to do is start trimming up these lengths of ribbon. And I'm going to do a test run here first to see if I want them at about 8 or 10 inches. I'm not sure how long I want them. I decided I don't think I'm going to use this one because I should have bought another this size because I only have one. If I use this on the top of every one, it'll look the same. So I don't think I'm going to use that. All right, so let me get my tape measure out here. And let's see. Let's start. I think I'm going to make them. Let's do one at 10. I'm going to say 12 inches. Let me see. Because I'm going to be tucking them kind of down in, which will cause, yep, I'm going to say 12 inches, which will cause them to kind of fold up and tough up in there. So I'm going to say 12 inches. And I'll do one just to show you. I don't think I want to do them all the same, but you know what? I'm very tempted to do them all the same just because I'm very symmetrical. Let me just try one of each on. Oh, I've never done this before, and I know people would probably rather mix them up, but I'll tell you guys, I'm very picky about this type of thing, and that very well might not make my eyes happy if I did that. So I think I'm going to make them all the same. And they'll look different because they're all going to be going in different directions, you know? Nope, don't think I'm going to like that. All right, so let's see. I say I'm going to start one with blue, one with yellow. I'm going to put a peach in each. And I will do more blue in that one and more gold in that one. So that's 3 each. Do I not want to use this one? If I put it underneath, maybe 1 each. I don't know whether I have enough of this, but we'll see. And do 4 tufts in each. Let's try it. Again, you guys are watching me create as I go here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and chevron all the ends. I'll wait till I get a bigger one to show you. Okay, all you do, I'm going to do these two together. All you do is line up the ends so they're even. Fold it lengthwise like that. And then I go to the end. Some people go to the fold, but I go to the edge and put that scissor above your blade, above that finger, and cut up at a deep V. And that chevrons your ends. Gives you 2 points. So I'm going to go ahead and start working on this. And I'm just going to let my phone run, my camera run, because I'll probably talk through a couple, but then I'll probably speed up and try to get it all done. And we'll see. I want to get a couple on to show you guys, and then I'll probably cut all the ribbon and then put them all on at the same time. So let's get a couple put on here. Again, I'm not going to worry about the chenille tie because that just adds interest. These definitely need to be shorter. I think I'm going to do them about 10 inches, 9.5 even, or 10 inches. I'm going to cut these down a little bit. All right, cut this one inside down a little bit. All right, we're going to go with 9.5 to 10 inches length for the ribbon. And I'm going to get to cutting ribbon here in a minute. I'm going to cut these down a little bit. That yellow is pulling my eye, but I think once I get him in there, the yellow will be fine. All right, I'm going to start cutting ribbon now. So I need 1, look at that, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I need 12 tufts. All right, let's do 6 of these then. Alrighty, there we go. Now, I can start attaching them. Alright, I have one more tuft left. And I think there's one under here. But you know what I think I'm going to do, you guys? You know, can I make a wreath without a bow? I don't know. What do you guys think? Well, not like you can tell me. I'm liking it. I thought that yellow would bother me, but I think it's going to be okay. So let me get this thing up on my easel here and get this little bugaboo attached. Let me see if I can attach him right up here. I think I like hanging him just a little bit crooked. I don't know. I need to get back from this and take a look. Oh. Get up there, buddy bud. Okie dokie, guys, I'm back. I had it all snug down in there in the chenille ties, and I just didn't like it. So what I've decided to do is go ahead and glue a pipe cleaner on the back of this, and then I'll just snug it down like that. And the other thing I decided to do was to make a bow, because it needs something else in my mind. So I'm going to go ahead and make it. I chose this one. So I'm going to go ahead and make that for you now while my hot glue gun is warming up. And I'm going to make it with this little ribbon. So just to show you a different way to do it. I am going to make it a tiered bow, but very small tiers. And it's going to be upside down to you guys because I work to the right and it's going to look upside down to you guys. I'm going to go ahead and do it. So you take your end of your ribbon and you fold it down towards yourself, and you kind of eyeball and see how big you want your first loop to be, and that's where you kind of grab it, knowing you're going to overlap the ribbon a little bit. Then you overlap, pinch it together, and we're gonna have to twist this because this is one-sided ribbon. So we twist, and this is going to make your center loop. Twist and then kind of turn it under itself and grab it with that forefinger and thumb and start making your tiers. Just about a ½ inch longer, and your ribbon is going to kind of be fed the way you want it to be fed, and I'm probably going to make this a many loop bow. So I'm just going to start going. Many loops meaning probably 6 at least on this side, 6 on this side. I'm just going to start looping. And I'm gonna leave some tails on it now. Not very long ones. I'm just gonna take it right to the end, the tape off of it, and pull it right back up under itself. There we go. That'll give me 2 loops. Take your pipe cleaner, feed it through the center loop. Go to about the halfway point in your pipe cleaner. Grab it with your thumb and kind of pull it around next to your forefinger, and then real quick kind of lift that up and center it on the loop there. And twist. And that gives me a multi-loop bow. And then I'm just going to take some time to fluff it up, and do that in a minute to show you how I do this. It should be good and hot now. Where's my other pipe cleaner? Now I had 2. All right. On the floor. All righty, here we go. I usually do this on the other side because I'm not left-handed, but all I'm simply going to do is just hot glue this pipe cleaner right down to that. Let it sit there for a few minutes and dry. So, I'll be right back to finish up. Okie dokie everyone, here is the finished product. Mr. Bugaboo, my nickname for this fella, looks fantastic. I'm very happy with how this turned out. It was a little bit of work for me, I will admit. Cutting all the strips of ribbon was a bit time consuming, and I ended up making a bow, as you can see, which I really like because I feel like it balances it a little bit better. There was a big empty space there. So I'm going to hang it at a tilt like this, because how many times do you see a bugaboo flying straight up and down? So we're gonna make believe he's flying. I don't know, that sounds corny, I know, but whatever. I'm gonna hang him at an angle like that. So in the end, I was very, very happy with how this turned out. And I love the coral, although this Deco mesh was a little bit more difficult to work with, but once I got it on the wreath, it was fine, you know, and it looks really pretty. Sure can't complain about the color, that's for sure. So anyway, I'm going to close for now, and this will most likely be my last video until next week, until probably next Sunday or Monday. You know, I am going to take a few days to get ready for my family to come, and I will be videoing along the way, and we'll be putting videos up after they've been here, but I need a little time to get prepared. Maybe you guys would like to try something like this to pass the time. It's really fun. And you get a lot of satisfaction when you go to do a project like this. So don't never be shy away from trying something new. This is something totally new for me. So, and I'm very happy with how it turned out. So I'm going to take some close-up pictures of it, and I'm going to hang it in the mudroom right now. So I'll take a picture of where it hangs in the house, and then later in the week, next week, I'll show you some pictures of how it looks out on the patio, if we can figure out where to hang it. So for now, I will just say, until next time, you guys take good care. Bye-bye.